DEESLIMDAOG, and Stay Solid is the movement. Praise be to the Most High. But hey, listen. Stop co-signing on toxic relationships. Yeah, man, people gotta stop co-signing on toxic relationships. If you're a real friend or a real partner or a real brother or a real sister, or you just real with the person that you're dealing with, you gotta stop co-signing on these toxic relationships. And what I'm saying is, don't just be going along with the get along game with your people, man. If you really they people when they in a toxic relationship, when they with people that you know ain't no good for them. Yeah, when you see things ain't going right and the person in that splendor blender and they being manipulated and they being took advantage of, if you really rocking with a person, you got to pull their coattail or you ain't no real friend. Yeah, man, you can't go along with the shenanigans and the crackhead games when you see your people being pimped, your people being played. You got to say something, man. Regardless if they accept it or not, take responsibility and accountability as you being who you say you is to them and pull their coattail. Yeah, man, go ahead and pull their coattail. So even if they don't believe you at that time, or even if it don't make sense to them at that time, when they come up out that splendor blender, when they come up out that love fog, they'll think back and say, damn, bro tried to help me. Bro tried to warn me. Sis tried to tell me something. You know, sis tried to pull my card, but I just wouldn't listen, man. So just keep that in mind, yo. You know what I mean? When you're around people that's in these relationships, you know what I mean, that's toxic as hell, all that arguing, all that fussing, all that fighting, that they've been doing it so long till it don't became normal. That shit don't be normal and it's not normal. And when you see that, if you're a real friend, you got to find a way to pull their coattail. In other words, what I'm saying is, you got to put them down without putting them down. What you mean, OG? Well, you're not putting them down in the sense of trying to like down their character and nothing like that. What I mean by you putting them down is you letting them know what's really happening. Yeah, you letting them know what's really happening. That's what's being a real friend or a real partner is. And that's what we don't have enough of in this world. True friends, true real people, man. If you really a stand-up person and you really care about a person, you got to keep it 100 with them when shit ain't right, man. So when they in these toxic relationships, they fighting and they arguing and they disrespecting each other, you got to be able to say, hey, sis, you besides you being a beautiful and being a baddie, do you really know your worth? Do you really know your value? And you got to remind them of that, man, so they can escape, you know what I mean, that wedge from around that demon. Because if not, man, you'll be locked in, man, in the cycle, man, in and out, in and out, in and out, man. You know what I mean? It's going to be a repeated cycle, man. So when you see that, guys, you got to be real if you're a real friend. You know what I mean? So know who your real friends is, man, that when you know you out here doing crazy stuff and they don't say nothing about it and they just letting you do it because they just want to be around you, that's crazy. And a lot of them ain't nothing but dick riders. You know what I mean? They just be around you because it's something that you got. So you know if you acting crazy and you turning up and nobody ain't saying nothing to you, yeah, man, you need to start looking, really evaluating who you got around you. Yeah, and then start evaluating who you got around you when you start acting real crazy and acting like a devil. Start looking at who you got around you and they don't say nothing. Sometimes because they want you to trick yourself out the street or out of position. That's why they don't say nothing. But if they really care about you, man, they're going to try to come to you. So don't get offended and don't get mad when your loved ones or people that you really rocking with try to come and tell you about your man that's dogging you out and he a narcissist, or about your bae that she a Jezebel and she a narcissist. You know what I mean? Don't get mad. They just trying to help you and protect you. It's a difference of them being jealous and coming to you, hating on you. And it's a difference between them trying to really fully help you, man. It's a big difference. And be able to take constructive criticism. Yeah, be able to take constructive criticism and thank God that you got somebody that really care about you. Yeah, man, because most people out here, they out here on demon time and people don't really have a whole lot of sympathy and a whole lot of empathy and a whole lot of compassion for others anymore. But when somebody come to you and they try to tell you, hey, about your loved one that you're supposed to be in love with, and they can see it clearly and you can't, just thank God that they cared enough to even open their mouth and say something. Yeah, don't get mad and want to cuss them out and don't want to go off, think of it and look at it as like it might be a warning from God. Think of it that God is sending you somebody to warn you, somebody close to you that you trust and you believe in. Because people always trust and believe in you when shit is good, but when you got to give them some real constructive criticism, they don't want to take it. Especially when it's coming from somebody that they think jealous of them. And they ain't even the case that you jealous of them, it's that you really care about them. You know what I mean? And that's how you should be, man. But don't co-sign on these toxic relationships, man. That's how these people getting all these these unalivings all on this Facebook Live, because a lot of these situations could have been prevented if they had real family members and they would have had real friends that would have stepped in and said, hold on, pause for a minute. You need some counseling. You need some therapists. This person is, they got you delusional as hell, playing these crackhead games on you, man, and you need to slow down for a minute. You got to slow down for a minute. So, you know, just keep that in mind. You just got to keep that in mind, man. So don't continue to go along co-signing with people on these toxic relationships. And that's all I got on this one, man. Until the next time, knowledge is power. Stay solid, it's the movement. Stay solid, stay blessed. Peace and shalom. We out.